All right, everyone. Welcome to weather discussion for today. July 25th, 2019. Haven't done one of these in a while, so I thought I'd do it. We have some active weather here. So yeah. Um, we have the hotness out west, California, Arizona, big draw fridge there. And some very large fires burning in Alaska and out into the Pacific Northwest. Um, so yeah, let's get right into it. I will. So yeah, as I said, I haven't done one of these in a while, so we're gonna get right into it. So you can see we have heat advisories in California as well as a flash flood watch and several flash flood warnings there. Actually, I'll try to pull up radar scope and see if we can get some just to see if I could show you guys what's going on here. So yeah, pulling up radar scope right now. Um, just to see if it loads. If it doesn't really matter. So hello, Andrew. Other predictions? Oh, good. We're loading up here. Yep, there we go. We do have a couple of severe. Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, we have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. One in Kansas and one in Arizona. The one in Kansas is for another 8 minutes, and um, yeah, it has a flash flood warning with it too. Radar estimating hail size up to an inch and a half. Warnings now in effect for 7 minutes. 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and penny-sized hail with this one again. It looks much weaker now. Again, flash flood warning though, for some heavier rain with this storm. So we'll put the last hour rainfall on here, 1 hour rainfall. Yeah, some areas here have seen 3.5 inches of rain in the last hour. So yeah, some heavy torrential rain with this storm. And now we'll check out the one in Arizona. Um, yeah, it's a little difficult to see here because there's not a ton of radar sites out west. So here's a storm, inch and a half. I mean, not inch and a half, inch and a quarter sized hail with this one. Not severe one. This one here, it's in effect the warning's in effect for another 23 minutes. I think it will be allowed to expire. Half-inch size hail with this one. Radar indicating, yeah, 60-mile-per-hour winds, penny-sized hail along with heavy rain. So yeah, I think the heavy rain will be the biggest threat with this storm. Again, not seeing ton of wind with this either. That might be, we're actually pretty close to the radar site too. That might be why. Um, yeah, yeah, Arizona is in the monsoon season too. Yeah, so heavy rain will be the biggest issue. There's no flash flood warning here yet. I have a feeling these storms in Arizona tend to move very slowly. I have a feeling it might be a flash flood warning. And I'm not sure. Oh, they're both. I'm not sure if this is right, but radar indicating 3 inches of rain. Um, yeah, radar indicating about 3 inches of rain in the last hour. I'm not sure if that's right. Um, but it certainly is possible with this storm because it is moving. These storms tend to move very slow. So yeah, see, actually, yeah, now that I see this loop, I do believe that 3 inches of rain has fallen in the last hour. I mean, this storm is just sitting in this same spot. I have a feeling there may be a flash flood warning with this storm soon. So yeah, there could be another flash flood warning with this storm. There's a flash flood warning in Arizona as well, away from the severe storm. So yeah, this is I'm gonna affect for another 3 hours. Hmm. Put in shortly. I mean, mainly rural areas. So yeah, I, this might just be because we're super far. We're far from the radar site. I mean, the radar site's right here. It's not really indicating anything. So yeah, but yeah. we're gonna go back on here. So here's the area where flash flooding is possible tonight is in this flash flood watch. We do have the warnings in Arizona as well, one in Kansas as well. So yeah. Um mhm. Yeah, I do think this that cell should have a flash flood warning. Yeah, you're definitely right. The one in Kansas has produced less rainfall. And the one in Arizona is just sitting there. The one in Kansas is actually moving a little bit, but the one in Arizona is just sitting there. So yeah, there definitely should be a flash flood warning. There might be one soon, so we'll see. Yeah. Radar indicating 3 inches of rain. So yeah, definitely do think that's possible. This is 8 minutes old, so it could be up there too. They did say that in the warning, heavy rain is the main threat as well. But yeah, this definitely should be warned for flash flooding. It's in a rural area kinda, but yeah. It's mainly rural area. There's not many towns that are in the path of this except for Benson. But yeah, this storm is just sitting. This one might go severe warned as well. So yeah, marine warning. Then we just have a ton of flash flood warnings, California and Kansas and Colorado. So California, Colorado, and Kansas have flash flood warnings right at this moment. So the title of this is for another heat wave possible in New England. So it's some of like the local meteorologists here in New England are calling it a baby heat wave because there's not really a ton of humidity with this one. It's just going to be mainly just some temperatures in the low 90s. So it's not going to be um a big heat wave if you say that. It's just going to be a 3 day period, 3 to 5 day period with temperatures 90 or slightly above, but very low humidity, so you won't really notice it. Um, so yeah, also we did have a two EF1 tornadoes touch down on the Cape. Very rare occurrence there. We had one tornado on the Cape last year that produced some minor damage. These two tornadoes did do some structural damage to a hotel resort, ripped the roof off of it. Um, so yeah, it was rated EF. The two tornadoes were rated EF2, high end. I mean, not EF2, high end EF1 tornadoes. So very rare occurrence there. So yeah. Um, yeah. Also, we do have the threat of more severe weather today up in Minnesota, North Dakota, in South Dakota, where we do have a slight risk and a slight tornado risk. We also have a slight, little marginal risk in Florida, includes Miami. But then just general thunder for all of Arizona, Colorado, and areas that are seeing storms now. And yeah, there could be, I don't think there will be, but there could be a marginal risk in Arizona because there are a few stronger severe storms. Storm reports for today. We don't have any reports, storm reports yet. No mesoscale discussions or watches. So yeah. Go to here and we'll go change this to temperatures so I can show you guys the temperatures around the country because they are going to be heating up, especially yeah, the new high pressure is going to set up, and the west is going to get very hot as well. Temperatures this weekend in parts of California will be in the triple digits, and there's also a record-breaking heat wave in Europe. Paris, France had recorded a temperature of 109 degrees today. So that is the hottest day ever for Paris. And some places in Europe set all-time national records of 107, 109. So what that basically means is nowhere in Europe has seen temperatures that hot ever. So very hot stuff out in Europe. So here we are. We're just going to take a look at the New England area for the possible heat wave this coming up weekend. just because it is in the title. Hmm. Yeah, there, there's not a ton of instability, but there is enough, and there is a cold front that's passing through the area, so that's why there's that risk of some severe weather there. It will kick off in a little bit. There's some instability, not a whole lot. Um, it is enough to create some stronger storms, but yeah, it's just because there's a strong cold front moving through the area, just pushing its way through. There's some wind shear, so that's why there's the threat of some severe weather there. Mhm. Nice. Uh, is that for us here in New England? Yeah. Yeah. There's no watch, and there's not gonna be a watch there. So. hmm. So, here's the temperatures over the next few for us for southern New England, where we could have a heat wave this weekend. So, yep, tomorrow starts off in the 70s. Yeah. Um, actually, I want to check that out here. So, I'm gonna come up on radar and check out what we'll send with the sea breeze boundary and isolated shower. Look here, make it easier to look. Um, radars. Oh yeah, nice. That's a nice sea breeze boundary right there with that storm. Yeah, an isolated shower here, just to the east of Worcester. So yeah, nice little shower. Yeah, just a nice little brief shower, if you can even call it that. It's very just some light drizzles with this one. Meeting up with this sea breeze boundary here, and then we got a few more showers up in New Hampshire. They have been some storms up in New York today, New York State. Not expecting anything here in southern New England. These will likely not affect us. They are dying out very quickly. So yeah, here's one down thunderstorm actually. It's a nice thunderstorm. Nothing severe, no wind with this one as well. So it's just a thunderstorm passing through. Nothing to worry about. No hail or wind with this one. It's just a summertime thunderstorm is what you call it, and a few other downpours. So back to the temperatures. So tomorrow, our temperatures are going to be. This is according to the European model. Temperatures are going to be here in southern New England low to mid 80s. So the minimum temperature basically out at sea is um um in the 60s. New warning for Minnesota, as we thought too. That's where the slight risk is, Minnesota, St. Louis County. Yeah, I've been watching these storms as well. These have looked, they've been non-severe. I'm not seeing, I think the lightning hasn't shown up yet. The lightning hasn't loaded on here yet. What is it for? That's another 40 minutes. 60-mile-per-hour winds. Yeah, and a new one for Arizona. Awesome. So yeah. Oh yeah, I do see some wind here. I'll draw it out. Oh, yeah, there's a ton of lightning with this storm as well. Lightning just loaded up. This is the area where you have to be careful of some strong winds um with this storm. On the order of 60 miles per hour. Think that might be pushing it a little. I don't think there will be 60-mile-per-hour winds, but there certainly could be. So keep an eye on that one with the developing story, and also a new one in Arizona. Um, this is the new one, right? Looks like there might be two new ones. There's two new ones in Arizona. This one, check what is for this one. 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. I, this is it's very hard to tell where what's going on with these storms, especially out west. So I do want to see where the radar say. It is pretty close to the radar site. This is a new one here, it looks like. Oh, this is the older one. But yeah, this is close to the radar site, not giving us such a good look. Doesn't look too impressive. And a new flash flood warning down here. Still not sure why. Hasn't gone to a flash flood warning, and here's the new one. This one I do see a bit more hail with this one, up to an inch radar indicating. Yeah, penny size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds with heavy rain. So yeah, still not sure why there is no flash flood warning with the storm, because if you were here a little while ago, this storm is in the same spot. It's not moving, it's just sitting on the same spot. My guess is there's no flash flood warning is because it's not a very populated area, but even down where this flash flood warning is, it's not really a whole populated area. That's for this year thunderstorm warning. Flash flood warning. Yeah, it includes a few places, but yeah. Yeah. Here's the 1 hour rainfall totals um estimated by radar. You can see some areas have seen 3 to 4 inches in the last hour. Here in 2 inches. This storm's just perked up. So in the last hour, some places have seen over an inch. Where the splash flood warning is, yeah, there's been about an inch and a half at radar estimating, but nothing too big. But this is the one that I'm concerned with for flash flooding, but there's no flash flood warning on it. There could be soon, but there's not right now, so we'll be keeping an eye on this one very closely. So, yeah. Saturday's temperatures, according to the European model, low at 80s again. And then for Sundays, when the heat starts cranking up, you can see some 90s there near Springfield and Windsor Locks in Connecticut. So and around Boston, there could be some 90s, but generally speaking, not a big deal. This heat wave. Monday, you can see more widespread 90s from Hartford to Boston to Springfield to near Worcester, and up into Maine to Portsmouth. I mean, not Maine, New Hampshire, Portsmouth there, and then we cool down into the low 70s before warming back up again on Tuesday. Tuesday, you can see we get middle 90s according to the European model near Boston, and up into New Hampshire and a little bit into Maine. So you can see some more widespread 90s. So Tuesday looks like it could be the hottest day, if you call it. And then, unlike the last heat wave, the heat we had last week, where you couldn't cool off anywhere. There's some spots you can cool off along the coast on Tuesday with the hottest temperatures. So there's going to be relief along the coast, just in the 80s. The southern coast, like for like the beaches in Rhode Island, Cape, and the islands, there's some cool down. And then Wednesday, 90s in New Hampshire and Maine. But then for us here in southern New England, a nice cool day. Um, in the 80s, in most places are going to be in the 70s. So a nice day on Wednesday. Thursday, um, temperatures according to the European model are only going to be in the low 70s. For southern New England, some upper 60s. So this might be a cool day according to the European model on Thursday of next week. So this is just a week out, so things will change. And nice dropping into the 50s. And then we're gonna heat back up for next Friday, but this is still a week out, so we're not gonna really pay attention to specific details right now. Precipitation over the next 7 days we'll go to. So, we're gonna go to the precip for the next 7. So here's the precip for the next 7 days. Generally speaking, not a whole lot of precip. Generally speaking, between 10th, half an inch, maybe localized areas up to an inch, see just to the north of Boston. But generally speaking, not a whole lot of rain for us. And then we could get some thunderstorms in here. And this is going way far out by August 4th, way far out, showing a little bit more rain. possibly on the order of 1 to 2 inches, but that is way too far out. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today's stream, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be doing more of these in the coming days. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great evening and stay safe out there.